when you think about it, almost every story we've ever told ourselves, every myth, every legend, it all kind of boils down to one single timeless conflict, right? The eternal battle between good and evil. But here's the thing, it's not just a story, it's a reality we're all living in. So the real question is, where do you fit in that fight? Okay, let's just dive right into this. When you look at the grand cosmic stage, it's easy to feel, like just one tiny person against this vast, endless darkness. And that right there, that's the central paradox. Your role in all of this is somehow, at the same time, infinitesimally small and infinitely significant. This one idea really defines our entire place in the struggle. So, first things first, we've got to understand the battlefield itself. This isn't a fight with a clear start or end date. Nope, we're talking about a conflict that's measured in epochs, not years. And this image just nails the sheer scale of it all. The canvas for this struggle is existence itself. And look, this isn't some new idea. It's woven into the very fabric of cultures and spiritual texts all throughout human history. They all talk about this cosmic war playing out across the stars and across time. But here's the twist. This is where it gets really personal. The battle isn't just happening out there somewhere. It's profoundly internal. It's the fight that happens inside you every single day, between your better angels and your darker impulses. So the big takeaway is this. The huge cosmic war and your own private daily struggle, they're the exact same fight. Now, if we're going to be effective in this battle, we have to know what we're up against, right? You have to understand the enemy. And their number one weapon, as we're about to see, is sabotage. This is so interesting because it breaks down what evil even means. It's not just one big, scary thing. First, you've got natural evil, things like natural disasters or disease. Then there's moral evil, which is intentional harm, the cruelty people actually choose to inflict. And then, maybe the trickiest one of all, you have systemic evil. That's the kind that gets kind of baked into our institutions and our cultures, often in ways we can't even see. And this sabotage, it's a two-front war. On the outside, you're dealing with deception, manipulation, corrupted systems working against you. But internally, that's where things get really dangerous. It's your own doubts, your own fears, your exhaustion, that slow chipping away at what you believe in. And these two images, they just capture that duality perfectly, don't they? On one side, you have the chaos of the world, the storms you have to face on the outside. And on the other, that quiet, sometimes lonely battle inside your own head. The fight is happening in both places all the time. And this quote just hits it right on the head, because yeah, the external enemies are real, for sure. But don't ever forget that the most dangerous saboteurs may be the voices in your own mind. Winning that internal fight is absolutely everything. So that brings up a pretty huge question, doesn't it? When the war is this vast, this eternal, and the enemy is both outside of you and inside of you, what on earth could possibly be worth all that struggle? Well, that brings us to our next section, what heroes protect. This is where we get into the real stakes of this whole eternal battle. The answer to that question, it's this. It's as simple as that. It's for a future. It's for a promise. It's about protecting innocence. And that's the key. True heroism is never, ever about personal glory. It's a fight for our children, our friends, our allies, and yeah, even for complete strangers who simply cannot protect themselves. It's a battle fueled by love, not by ego. And believe me, the need for that protection is absolutely staggering. Just look at this number. Around the world, 395 million people are exposed to critical risks like violence and being forced from their homes. That's not just a statistic, That's a massive, real, ongoing human crisis. But the good news is, history is also filled with people who heard that call and answered it. Heroes like Dolores Huerta, who fought for the dignity of farm workers, Harvey Milk, who gave a voice to the LGBTQ+ community. And just think about the countless, often anonymous first responders and humanitarians who literally run towards danger every single day. Okay, so knowing your why is absolutely essential. But now let's get practical. Let's talk about the how. How do you keep going in a fight that feels endless, especially on those days when you just want to surrender? Well, the strategy basically comes down to two main pillars. First up, inner integrity. You've got to cultivate self-awareness. Know where you stand morally.
You have to know your own weak spots before the enemy can use them against you. And the second pillar? Collective strength. Because here's the thing, nobody wins this fight alone. Building your community, your alliances, that's how you fight back against the enemy's favorite tactic, isolation.
And I love this image because it captures that idea so well. It looks like a war room, right? But the battle plan here isn't just about external tactics. It's about a strategy that fortifies your soul and unites your community. So what's your most important piece of equipment in this fight? It's hope. But wait, not the way we usually think about it, not just passive, wishful thinking. We're talking about hope as an active, deliberate choice to work for justice, even when everything seems completely futile. That kind of hope, that's your shield. All right, let's bring this all back home. How do we take this giant cosmic philosophy and turn it into your daily act of courage? How do you make it real? It really starts with these small daily practices. Number 1, maintain your mental clarity, maybe through meditation or just some quiet time. 2, stay informed, but always be a critical thinker about what you're hearing. 3, build true resilience, which means you have to balance going hard with actually taking a break. 4 is huge. Invest in your relationships. They are your support system. And finally, and please don't skip this one, celebrate the small victories. Acknowledge every step forward because they are genuinely significant. Because here's the ultimate truth of this entire battle. You don't need a cape. You don't need superpowers. Not at all. Every single one of us has the power to be hero right where we are, in our own lives, creating these ripples of positive change that spread out way farther than we'll ever know. So yeah, the fight is eternal. It never stops. But you know what else is eternal? The impact of your courage. So the only question left, the one you have to answer every single morning when you wake up, is this. What will you protect today?